I will say this as a quick pro tip. For those of you who have very low volume, everybody tries to get to the things that are like, well, that doesn't scale before they like make money. And I find that hilarious. So like you can either be busy or broke. And if you've got time, then you have no excuse not to make money. What I mean by that is if you DM people and then try and send them your link, hop on the phone, talk to them. Like it's okay to sell people over the phone for a $30 a month membership or a $99 a month membership. I say this because the first 5 years of my career, I sold people into $99 a month memberships in person. Talk about the least efficient model ever. But guess what you get really, really good at? You get really, really good at selling, and you get really, really good at copy by extension because you learn the prospect. And so one of the things I think is wildly underrepresented in a lot of business stuff is, and even sales training is, I would rather spend 99% of my time learning about the prospect and 1% about the product. Because if you know who you're selling to, you can say whatever they want. And then all you do is you change the thing, right? You change the thing that you're introducing them to. And I remember realizing this when I was looking at my like webinar presentations over the years. Like I've done a lot of webinars. I've done a lot of presentations that pitch things or made pitch decks for sales teams, things like that. And when I stayed in the same markets, I realized that almost the first 75% of the decks were almost identical, independent of what I was selling. And so whether I was selling, like, for example, when I was in the weight loss world, like whether I was selling semi-private, personal training, group training, or supplements, or meal plans, or nutrition, I pretty much still spent the first 75% talking about the exact same thing, which is about them and their problems. And so I would rather understand my prospect, my customer, way more than trying to obsess about the product. And I will say that most of the times, and I think I told this story last time, but like people only buy because of like one or two things. And so you most of the time just need to understand what that one or two thing is, and then just say, yes, we can help you with that. And that's it. And then they're like, done, I'm in. And so it's much more like finding the combination of a lock than trying to say, here's 20 different things that could unlock all locks. Just try and find the one or two that'll work for them. And the advantage of the sales calls is that you will be able to really quickly prune down your stack in terms of the bullets that exist on your about page to convert a higher percentage. And so I'll give you a fun little tidbit. Like we just rerouted our the acquisition.com page where it says if someone wants to say they want to start a business, it just says, awesome. Do you want to start now? Or do you want to start later? If they say start now, then it's like, there's just 3 bullets. There's a million things in Skool. Think about all the stuff I could talk about in terms of features that Skool has. I just talk about 3. So it's like, you get calls with me. If you have questions, which that's what we're about to do, you've got the monthly mastermind with 8 hours. You know, if you price compare that to the things that you do weekly call at mastermind, that's usually like a $10,000 to $100,000 thing, depending on the level of access. And then you've got the platform that will actually facilitate everything you need. So tech is no longer a problem. And so it's like most people hate tech. Most people want questions answered. And most people have a value that they ascribe, at least on some level, to having huge amounts of very deep business knowledge specifically applied to their business. And so when I looked at, and this is just from the data you guys are giving us, we're like, okay, well, those are the things that people care about the most. So those are the 3 bullets. Are there other things? Sure, but they'll find that out on the inside. And I prefer to leave room for over delivery. Like if we promise 3 things and deliver 10, awesome, they're not upset. But if we promise 10 and they only use 3, then they might feel like they're not using it. And they actually cancel because you give too much. Kind of crazy.
Listen, if we get 1 out of 2 paid communities to make money, most people don't have organic audiences. So we had to figure it out or no one would stay on Skool, but we have. And that's why you have tens of thousands of groups on Skool right now. And as much as I'd like to think people love me, people stay because they make money. And we'll show you exactly how they did it. And also, just to make sure you don't get stuck on any step, I answer questions every single week. And so now's the best time to get started. So if that sounds at all interesting, the best part is you can start a community of your own absolutely free. Worst case, start for free, you decide to quit, and then you can take all the training that other people charge thousands of dollars for with you for free. Best case, you take a zero risk move and build an online business that could change your life forever. And to be clear, I'm not asking you to decide yes or no today. I'm asking you to make an informed decision. That's it. And the only way you can do that is on the inside, not on the outside. So get inside and see if everything that we say is true and valuable to you. And if you get in and decide it's not for you, no sweat. But you can't truly make an informed decision right now for the same reason you don't buy a house without looking inside of it first, or test drive a car before buying it. So this is a guaranteed risk-free test drive. And the only reason you can make an offer that strong is because you're confident that what you have is the real deal. And I'm fairly confident that when you sign up by hitting the button below, you're getting exactly what you need to start your online business. So you might as well give it a shot. The only other guarantee is that if you don't take this shot, you'll stay right where you are right now. But if you take action, you could be the next one coming out to Vegas celebrating how quickly you built an online business with consistent monthly recurring revenue and driving away in a Cybertruck or with $100 grand in cash in your pocket. pretty neat. So click the button below, join us in the Skool Games. I take calls every Monday. Hop on and be sure to let me know you're new. I'll see you on the other side.